Numbers 27. After taking attendance, again, we're going to zoom in on one of those families. Specifically, the family of only daughters. They're so unusual they get their own chapter. Why? Because they're angry. Why? Because in the previous chapter, we were told all the men in the Israelite community would get some land as part of their inheritance, which leaves these women shafted, and they are out for revenge. The daughters of Zelophehad, son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, belonged to the clans of Manasseh, son of Joseph. The names of the daughters were Melah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They came forward and stood before Moses, Eleazar the priest, the leaders, and the whole assembly at the entrance to the tent of meeting, and said, "Our father died in the wilderness. He was not among Korah's followers who banded together against the Lord, but he died for his own sin and left no sons. Why should our father's name disappear from his clan because he had no son? Give us property among our father's relatives." Yes, this is the subplot I've been waiting for. The only way this gets better is if all 5 daughters whip out some weapons and just go wild. Make it happen, God. So Moses brought their case before the Lord, and the Lord said to him, "What Zelophehad's daughters are saying is right. You must certainly give them property as an inheritance among their father's relatives, and give their father's inheritance to them." Wow. The women spoke up, and they got what they wanted. I don't think that happens very often in the Bible. Or, unfortunately, outside the Bible. Then again, I'm sure they're gonna get the crappiest plots of land. There's no way they're getting something good. Biblical men would never let that happen. Actually, we're gonna revisit this story in Numbers 36, and they're gonna add a new rule. The women can only get this land if they marry within the tribe. It's a way of controlling them, or else they might go to a foreign man and take the precious land with them. Can't give women that kind of autonomy now, can we? Say to the Israelites, if a man dies and leaves no son, give his inheritance to his daughter. If he has no daughter, give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father had no brothers, give his inheritance to the nearest relative in his clan, that he may possess it. This is to have the force of law for the Israelites, as the Lord commanded Moses. See, this is what happens when people speak up. Not only did the women get their fair share, everyone else got a new spot in the hierarchy. This, my friends, is the power of a good union. Then again, sons are still at the top. Daughters get nothing unless there are no boys in the family. And you know who's not on the list at all? A wife, an aunt, a sister, any other female in the family. But a random relative makes it on the list. They'll take a stranger within the bloodline if it's a man. But other than daughters who come with an asterisk, women are not included in the will. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go up this mountain in the Abarim range and see the land I have given the Israelites. After you have seen it, you too will be gathered to your people, as your brother Aaron was. For when the community rebelled at the waters in the desert of Zin, both of you disobeyed my command to honor me as holy before their eyes. These were the waters of Meribah Kadesh in the desert of Zin." Gathered to your people is a euphemism that means you're gonna die. So God just told Moses to go up a mountain, check out the new property, and then die. Why will he die? Because in Numbers 20, everyone was thirsty and blamed Moses and Aaron. And God told them to speak to a rock to get water out of it, which was weird. But then Moses and Aaron struck the rock with their staff and implied they were the reason water came out of it instead of God, even though God was nowhere to be found. And now Moses is gonna be murdered for that act of supposed disobedience. Moses said to the Lord, May the Lord, the God who gives breath to all living things, appoint someone over this community to go out and come in before them, one who will lead them out and bring them in, so the Lord's people will not be like sheep without a shepherd. This is a strange way to talk to the man who's about to kill you. Hey God, before you shoot me, can you give my whiny children a new father? They need someone to look over them, and you, God, apparently cannot do it, because you're a murderer. So the Lord said to Moses, "Take Joshua, son of Nun, a man in whom is the spirit of leadership, and lay your hand on him. Have him stand before Eleazar the priest and the entire assembly, and commission him in their presence. Give him some of your authority, so the whole Israelite community will obey him. He is to stand before Eleazar the priest, who will obtain decisions for him by inquiring of the Urim before the Lord. At his command, he and the entire community of the Israelites will go out, and at his command, they will come in." I like how Moses can just give Joshua some authority. Like there's a finite amount, and you can just loan some to someone else. And why would that even work? Moses is about to die in part because the people didn't respect his authority, and yet we're supposed to believe that Moses can hand over a little part of it to Joshua and then all the people will obey him? Something about that is illogical. But Joshua will be a solid pick because he will lead his people in battle. Joshua is kind of like the new president, while Eleazar is the religious leader. So in a way, Moses just separated church and state. Good for him. Moses did as the Lord commanded him. He took Joshua and had him stand before Eleazar the priest and the whole assembly. Then he laid his hands on him and commissioned him, as the Lord instructed through Moses. No one cares. Just get to the scene with the beheading. I don't need the slow motion laying of hands while the music plays in the background, because we all know what's about to happen. So let's just get on with it. Let's kill Moses. Spoiler, we will not get on with it. We know Moses will die, but the Bible's gonna drag this out forever. And with that, we're done. Not even a cliffhanger. I was hoping for a gruesome, graphic snuff sequence. Christianity, man, it never gives you what you want. Still, as David Plotz of Slate once wrote, this chapter is kind of like a liberal paradise after everything we saw in Leviticus. It has a lawsuit, women's rights, and church-state separation. Enjoy it while it lasts, because none of this is going to last for long.